Do we always have to keep healing? This is a common question that I get a lot, and the answer is yes and no. So hi, if you're new here, my name is IamSolTara, and I'm a medium, and I share wisdom and energy practices from Kemet, commonly known as ancient Egypt, and Atlantis. And the short answer is no. We don't have to constantly keep healing because we are source and we are perfect embodiment of love. However, we forgot that within this dream, this illusion of this third dimensional plane. And so this third dimensional plane is often known as the hologram, the matrix. Within certain indigenous traditions, they actually see this waking world as the sleeping world. And when they're sleeping, they see that as the real world. So to answer the question, it's yes, but then we forget it because we're caught up in the Maya, which is the Buddhist term for the illusion of this human experience. So we are perfect embodiment of love, and you will see this written throughout different religious and spiritual scriptures where we were made in the image of source. And if we think about the science about quantum entanglement, when a molecule comes from one similar atom, it has that same quality, exactly the same qualities. And so yes, we're perfect, just like God, source, spirit, creation, the universe, but we just forget that. And so the reason why we have to keep healing is because it's an ongoing process. Just like when you clean your house, you're not going to clean your house once a month, right? Or you're not going to clean your house once a year. You're going to have to continuously clean it so that it is harmonious, it's hygienic, and it's the same thing with us. So think about how dust collects. So let's say you're dusting your house, you're cleaning your house, disinfecting your house. Well, over time, just naturally, dust is going to accumulate, right? Things are gonna be misplaced, and we're gonna have to dust all over again and clean all over again. It's the same thing with your consciousness. When we're thinking things, when we are experiencing events in our lives, and sometimes it doesn't even have to be something intense like a breakup or seeing someone pass away. No, it can be even little things that bring stress into our lives that causes blockages, which you can think about huge dust bunnies in our energy field. So we constantly have to keep cleaning our energy field, which is composed of our thoughts, our words, our emotions, and our actions. So that's what's in your energy field, and you have to continuously cleanse this. I actually have a video that explains how to practice energy healing and energy hygiene, and you can watch that video right here. Also, when we're healing, we tend to find and discover things. Just like when you're cleaning your house. Think about when you move your bed, you're like, oh my gosh, I lost this thing and now I found it. It's the same thing when we practice self-healing. So let's just say you're doing a meditation, you're going to a therapist, or you're doing shadow work, any type of self-reflection practice, then you will discover oh, I didn't know that I had this situation happened to me, and you will discover things showing up. And so that's why there's layers to the healing that we do, because there's the time component of this. Now you have to understand, within the nature of our existence, time works in a very unique way within this third dimensional plane. So we think that this is our only existence, but you're actually multidimensional. Your past lives are happening at the same time as this present life, and that's why past life relationships, karmic contracts, etc. affect us in this lifetime. Also, your future life is currently affecting you right now, because time works like an infinity symbol, like this loop where the present is in the center and the past is influencing the present and the future is fueling the present, and vice versa, right? So it's this continuous flow of influence within the multidimensional reality that we exist in. Now, there's also the aspect of collective healing, because yes, we have our own karma, but then we're also incarnated with a collective. So for example, let's say you were born in a specific tribe, you were born in a specific religion, you were born in a specific area of the world. You will be connected to that collective karma, but also we're connected to the karma of all the human beings alive right now. So it's this collective karma that sometimes we're also having to heal. So for example, right now a big thing is censorship, right? And this is coming up to the surface across the board. Sometimes we're being censored by older people from our family, like, don't say those things, right? Like, we don't want that to ruin our family image. Or it's happening at work, you shouldn't say that, keep that on the down low. Or it's happening in your relationships, oh, don't tell this person this. And also we're seeing it obviously across the government and socio-economic realms that we interact with, right? Where there's so much censorship happening. And so all of this is rising up to the surface because for thousands and thousands of years, as a society, we've all been suppressed in terms of our voice and our ability to speak our truth and to share that truth freely. And so that is coming up to the surface for us to purge. So that's why we're seeing so much of this censorship rising up right now. And so there's the individual karma that we have to deal with, there's a collective karma that we have to deal with, but then there's also the planetary healing that has to happen. So we're seeing so many natural disasters happening right now all around the world. And again, this is an external representation of the buildup of the imbalance that we've had in our relationship to Mother Earth. We have been for way too long disrespecting Mother Earth and all of the other beings on this planet, like the trees, the animals, and now all of that is rising up to the surface again. What's been so fascinating, right, is even if you look at the orca situation, how they were teaching orcas were literally teaching orcas and other dolphins how to capsize, basically how to flip over boats, because they're like, we had enough of these humans polluting our oceans, right? And so again, we're just seeing all of the different layers of the planetary karma as well. And so sometimes when because we're connected to Mother Earth, we're children of the earth, we have an invisible umbilical cord with the earth, just like we had with our birth mother. And with this invisible umbilical cord, Mother Earth can feel everything from us, and vice versa, we can feel from Mother Earth. Now, all of us have different life purposes. For some of us, our life purpose in this incarnation is to be an Earth guardian and an Earth keeper. And so if that's your life purpose, you will feel that relationship into a greater level. And so you'll have to process that karma more actively than other people. But overall, we all have to do this because, again, it's a collective consciousness of this planet. I also recommend that you write down these dates of the eclipse season. So these dates change every year, but in general, eclipse season happens between March, April, May, and October, November. And I share weekly energy updates on my email list. So if you want to receive a weekly energy update via email, you can sign up in the description of this video and you'll get some free alchemy meditations as well. So there's this other aspect where during the astrological experiences that we're moving through. So during retrogrades, during eclipses, during full moons, new moons, those are wonderful times for us to heal, and oftentimes things will rise to the surface for us to heal. Now, astrology does not govern our lives, but it influences us. Just like the weather doesn't govern our lives, but it influences us. Right now it's super sunny, so if I were to go outside, I'm not gonna wear a jacket, right? I'm gonna wear some sunglasses, a hat, and if it were raining, I would change how I interact with my day. It's the same thing with the retrogrades and the full moons and astrology overall. It influences us, but it does not govern us. So eclipse seasons, the reason why I recommended to write it down, because during these dates, a lot of hidden shadows in your subconscious come up to the surface, and healing and transformation happens in a very deep way in a short amount of time. So those are like the most profound healing periods. And a tip for you to help you to move through your healing journey in the most fastest way possible is not my tip, but this is based off the research of Dr. Bruce Lipton. And he explains that 95 to 99% of all of the beliefs that we have are in our subconscious mind. So if you focus on your subconscious mind and healing the subconscious mind, you're gonna get 99 to 95% of the results in your life, rather than just focusing on the conscious mind, like reading books or even watching videos like this or going to a therapist, right? You have to focus on the subconscious mind. And two ways to do this that Dr. Bruce Lipton explains are, there's only two ways to really change the subconscious mind. And Dr. Bruce Lipton says it's through one, hypnosis, which is basically meditation, and two, through repetition, which you can think about it like affirmations. So these are the two ways to reprogram your subconscious mind. And that's why my work focuses on meditation and really transforming in this faster way through that. And if we really want to get esoteric with this, then we can talk about the Ascension spiral. So you've probably seen this symbol before. It's this spiral here in the center. And this Ascension spiral is actually found everywhere in the world, across all the different cultures. This is a pendant that my mom gave me from the Andes. So I and my family am from Bolivia. And so within the Andean cosmology, we also believe in the Ascension spiral. You will find this spiral in Ireland within the Celtic sacred sites. You will find it in Asia, in the Nazca lines of Peru, in South Africa. I mean, this shape is everywhere. It's in the desert, in the petroglyphs of the desert of the United States. And why are all of our ancestors showing us this ascension spiral? This ascension spiral connects to this idea that we're always healing, we're always evolving. That's the point of this incarnation, is for our soul to evolve in different and new ways, like Source intended it. Because again, we all just fractalized from Source, trying to understand, what are we, right? What is this experience that we're having as separate beings from Source? And the goal is for us to remember and return back to Source, which is love, unconditional love. And the Ascension spiral shows us this, right? If you think about a lesson that you've had, and this is why we constantly keep having healings, because think about a lesson that you've had in surrendering, like surrendering the need to know, or surrendering the need to control things, or surrendering your expectations. You will learn that, but then maybe in 5 months, in 3 years, you will learn that in a deeper layer. And that's exactly what this Ascension spiral represents, right? We go from an outer ring of understanding, outer understanding of within our consciousness, and then we evolve. We go deeper into the Ascension spiral, and eventually we go deeper again until we eventually reach the center of the spiral, which is Source consciousness, which is unconditional love. And so the biggest shortcut in order for us to accelerate our healing journey is really unconditional love, and embracing that within and without, because we are everything, right? Even though it appears as separate, we're literally everything. And so that is one of the most profound teachings, and it's literally found within this super simple symbol. Oops, wrong side. It's found within the symbol. And just keep in mind, all of these spiritual, esoteric concepts, we as humans like to make it complicated, but look at our ancestors. They describe such a deep, profound teaching in a simple way through this spiral. And the more that you focus on understanding who you are, know thyself, knowing who you are at the soul level, your true, authentic essence, the closer you will be to understanding the source of all reality, beyond this third dimensional plane. And so I hope this video was helpful. If you need help with your healing journey, I help people move through their spiritual evolution, their personal evolution in the most graceful and joyful way by using alchemy. And so what we do is we actually connect with the wisdom of our past lives, we connect with the wisdom of our parallel lives, and we connect with the wisdom of our future lives. If this is something that you're interested in, you can watch the alchemy workshop. It's free in the description of this video. And I'm wishing you a wonderful and graceful healing journey. Thank you for your comments, thank you for subscribing, and also thank you for doing this work, because I know this inner work is not the most fun, or sometimes it's not the easiest thing to do, but when we focus on transforming internally, that is truly what transforms not just our lineage, but the collective overall. So thank you so much for doing this work. Much love.